How's it going, everyone? So I got a question from a subscriber, how to get rid of piercing bumps on your nose. So before I get started, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do appreciate the support. It helps my channel grow. Please follow me on Instagram, DylanBerg999. So piercing bumps are actually pretty easy to get rid of most of the times. Sometimes there could be a little bit of issues. I'll talk about that in a bit. I'll also talk about why you're getting them and how to prevent them in the future. Because most people that get piercings, they get more piercings as they get older and stuff like that. So the first thing right off the hop, how can we actually get rid of this piercing bump very, very easily? Warm compresses. Anything warm. What warm compresses will do is it actually pulls the bacteria and the pus out. That's what makes it really puffy and really big, is the pus and the bacteria that's inside. By putting a warm compress on the nose area, what it does is it pulls that out. And then what will happen is that nose bump, that little keloid, that's what it's called, it'll actually shrink in size to the point where it'll be almost completely gone. So that's an easy trick. And also the redness, most of the times when you have a piercing bump, there will be redness. That warm compress will completely get rid of the redness as well. So instead of having a huge bump on your nose that's super red, inflamed, and hurts when you touch, using the warm compress about 5 minutes at a time. Warm compress, hold it for 5 minutes, put it underneath warm water again, and then hold for 5 minutes. Do this 2 or 3 times. That piercing bump will basically be gone, pretty well gone. It's very, very simple. And this is actually what you do with ingrown hairs and ingrown toenails too. The warmness softens the skin and it gets rid of it very, very, very easily. Okay, so that's how you get rid of it. It's actually not very difficult. If that doesn't work, sometimes that will not work if you've had the piercing bump for too long of a period of time. Like if it's past a week, you still have it, it may or may not work. I would still try it. If that doesn't work, you need to go to the doctor, you guys, because again, if it is a bump, it's probably infected or it will be getting infected, and you don't want that to leave that for too long. The reason why you're getting them normally or usually you get the piercing bumps from 2 different reasons. One, whoever pierced you did not use proper piercing technique. There is a little technique that you need to use when you are piercing the nose, the ear, the lip, the tongue, whatever. There are certain techniques that you use. The second one is their equipment might not have been sterile. So they might not have cleaned it afterwards after they've done someone else. So after they used it on someone else to give them a piercing, they didn't sterilize it, they didn't clean it, and then they used it on you, and then you got the infection. So that's very, very, very common, you guys, very common. So make sure you go to a good tattoo shop or wherever you got the piercing done. Make sure they're very clean and take care of their equipment. So yeah, another thing too is after you get a piercing, the person who gave you the piercing should have explained to you proper piercing technique. If they did not, then what you need to do is you need to get what's called an aftercare spray. So it's basically for piercing. It'll literally be called aftercare piercing spray. And it's literally meant to prevent you from getting these keloids or nose piercings these piercing bumps on your nose, ears, lips, whatever. It actually prevents that. And it's called is piercing aftercare spray. That's what I recommend. End of video. Thank you so much for watching.